Yo, what is going on, fans and coaches of the ASL? My name is Sucho322 here, and I'm bringing you guys yet another ASL video. Today I got for you guys the ASL Season 5 playoffs week 1, or also known as round 1, also known as the wild card round. So pretty much there's 3 rounds to the playoffs. There's the wild card round, there's the semifinals, and then there's the finals. In this video we have for you 2 playoff matches and 4 consolation matches. So yeah. Without further ado, we can go ahead and look at it. Our weekly heroes for the week. There are 3 duplicates, and instead of just doing 2, I figured let's do all 5 of them. You know, why not? It's going to be a twisty fresh thumbnail. But as you can see, we have a 4-0, 2-0, 2-0, 6-0, 4-0, and a 4-0. So let's go ahead and hop in to the first match. So in the first match, we have the Hartford Whalmers taking on the number 3 seed Hartford Whalmers taking on the number 4 seed Arcane Arcanines. Not number 4, the number 6 seed Arcane Arcanines. Ian did walk away with a 4-0 victory from the help of Chestnut and Uxie, both getting a combined amount of 6 kills and being with your heroes. So let's see how they were able to get it done. So we're going to see Primarina lead out against the Frostlass. The Primarina is going to go for a Moonblast, and the Frostlass is going to set up these spikes. So Mega Beedrill is going to come out here, might want to go for a Defog if TCP so chooses to, or he can just get off a nice little U-turn. And TCP is going to opt to go for the U-turn, as the Mega Scizor is going to come out, and Infernape is automatically going to be pressuring, but since Ian did get up these spikes, he's going to be able to pressure a lot as well. So TCP is reading Ian at this point, and Ian is going to finally make an aggressive play out into his Frostlass. Good play, because he's going to force this thing out and can go for a Destiny Bond. If TCP wanted to, I don't know, go for an attack. But Primarina is just going to Aqua Jet, does not want to kill the Frostlass, but another spike is going to be placed on here. And the Mega Scizor is going to get a nice U-turn off, so he gets a free swap out into the Frostlass to be able to go for a Shadow Ball, a Spike, really whatever Ian wants. He's doing a very good job of spike pressuring TCP, but TCP is also making a good job, or doing a good job of forcing Ian out multiple times. So it's a lot of switching, but Ian is going to be winning this exchange due to the fact that spikes are being up on his side, but TCP is going to defog him away. The Mega Scizor comes out, is probably going to roost up here, but it's actually going to go for the U-turn. Ian staying on the offensive, gets out into his Minior, which is going to be able to scare out this Decidueye into the Rotom Wash. Ian goes for the Shell Smash, and he's got some spicy prep here. He's got a Solar Beam with a Power Herb here. It is not going to kill the Rotom. This is quite a bit, and the Minior will go down. So anyways, the Rotom is going to go out into the Primarina, and Mega Scizor is going to swap out into the Uxie. So this HP Fire is going to do pretty much nothing, and Uxie is just going to get off a U-turn, which can go right out to the Frostlass and pressure it every single time. The Mega Bee is going to come out, and Ice Beam does a lot to that thing. It is going to get frozen, and Ian is going to just stay in, you know, Ice Beam again. Why not? I don't really think that matters, quite honestly. In terms of the outcome of the game, that play really didn't matter. But Finny is going to come up and make sure that the Scald is essentially nullified. Okay, maybe it did matter. Yeah, it definitely mattered. So Chestnut is going to be able to set up a Belly Drum here. And yeah, so it's going to be able to go for a Drain Punch and gets rid of the Mega B. So that's really unfortunate, but I think Ian still would have been able to set up on something like a Decidueye or Zygarde. He had a lot of other ways to set up. That was just the point. That was just what he was going to do at the time. He was going to try and get a nice little substitute off just to pop his Salic Berry on the Infernape, but he's going to TCP goes out into his Rotom. Then out comes the Primarina. He's really just got to sack a bunch of stuff. Chestnut is going to go for the substitute just to get up its Salic Berry. Very solid play. And is then going to go for the Poison Jab, so it is obviously not carrying grass coverage. But a Vacuum Wave is going to be able to get rid of this Infernape. We're going to see a 4-3 advantage in Ian's favor. And this Uxie is going to go for a Psychic. It actually does a really good amount of damage, and it's just going to Psychic again, you know. Core Enforcer is not going to be doing hardly anything to the Uxie, quite honestly. Decidueye is going to come out. Decidueye is not going to like that Psychic, and Uxie is just going to fire it off again. So I presume this is maybe a faster Uxie if Ian was just so confident in leaving it in. But Uxie is just going to start shredding through everything. Okay, maybe it was Scarf Uxie. I think it was Scarf. But yeah, Ian is going to win a nice 4-0 victory over the number 3 seed TCP. So in the next round, Ian will be facing off against the number 2 seed Aussie Kangaskhan's an excellent name. Congrats on the season. TCP really bounced back from a 2-4 record and was able to secure the 3rd seed, but for now your season is over. And for the last playoff game that we have for you guys, we have the Portland Timbers and the Slow Bohemians, and TJ was able to pull out a 2-0 victory that did not stop Extra from picking up 3 kills in the process. It was a big driving force for the Portland Timbers, but let's just see what happened. So we got a Gorgeist leading out against a Gigalith, and we see Silk Scarf immediately from this Gigalith, so we might be seeing some shenanigans. The Zard Y is going to come out immediately as the Gorgeist goes for a Seed Bomb. Zard Y is automatically going to pressure this Gorgeist out, as Zard Y then goes for a Toxic onto the Silvally, which is going to be able to wear it down. So Zard is going to go for the Roost, but predicting the Thunderbolt to come out, and Vaporeon will come out, and Keldeo is going to come out on the Vaporeon. Then TJ goes into his Silvally Dragon, yada yada yada. Keldeo is going to go for a Secret Sword, and this Silvally is going to go for a Thunder Wave. So Silvally is now going to go for a Parting Shot. It is heavily weakened, and Keldeo is going to be able to get off a Secret Sword onto the Mew, which is going to do nothing, obviously, considering the fact that it is a resisted hit. And out comes the Scrafty on the Mew. So Scrafty is going to be taunted, and the Mew is going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, but Scrafty is going to go for a knockoff, which will activate Mew's Cobra Berry. So now that is out of the way, and Scrafty is going to go out into Gigalith. So now Mew is going to be doing nothing with that Dazzling Gleam. Gigalith is going to eat it up pretty nicely, and then is going to go for the taunt, and this is why I went for the Rock Slide. So Gigalith is going to put this Mew in a pretty bad spot, but out comes the Excadrill on the Roost. Bandit Excadrill can just fire off an Iron Head pretty freely. Just gets to claim a kill on this Mew right now, as out comes the Vaporeon. So out comes Keldeo on the Vaporeon, trying to capitalize on that thing, and Keldeo goes for a Secret Sword, which does a lot, and it's going to be roared out into the Slurpuff. So Slurpuff is going to go right out into Scrafty, as the Garbodor is able to come out, and Scrafty is going to go for the Taunt, which is going to prevent this Como from being able to set up, and out comes the Slurpuff. So Slurpuff is going to take 40% from that Iron Head. TJ does not have the Poison Jab, he has Iron Head instead, and then Slurpuff is going to go for the Protect. Out comes the Gigalith, which can take really any hit from this Garbodor, but Toxic Spikes are going to be set up. So Rocks are also going to be set up, and TJ is going to make a really good scout here. He's going to scout for the Explosion since he saw Silk Scarf in the beginning of the game, and Gigalith is going to fall. So now we're at a 5-5 tie right now, and Zard Y is going to be able to come out. Zard Y is going to get hit with a Choice Scarf Rock Slide, so again, good prep on TJ's part, being able to see through that. Drill is going to go for a Rapid Spin, gets a Rapid Spin kill. First Rapid Spin kill of the season, maybe. But we're sitting at 4-4 right now. Como does go for a Swords Dance, and then goes for the Dragonium Z to kill off the Keldeo. But now Scrafty can come out, get the Intimidate off, and then just go for the Dragon Tail to Dragon Tail this thing out, prevent it from just winning the game. This is where the game gets spicy, I'm not going to lie. This is where the game gets really good. So out comes the Excadrill. It is not going to be 2-hit KO'd by the Garbodor. And Excadrill is just going to fire off an Earthquake, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it just goes for the Earthquake. It's 44% to this Gorgeist. Not interested in taking a foul play, so going to go into the Slurpuff. And Garbodor is going to come out like every time on the Slurpuff. It's going to go for the Wish, and Slurpuff is just going to go for the Protect, seeing how healthy it can get. And it's going to go out into the Scrafty just to get the Intimidate off, because now Drain Punch is not really going to be doing anything, but Garbodor is trying to get up the spikes as best as it can, and Scrafty goes for the Taunt just to prevent it from doing so, at least doing so anymore. So Gunk Shot is going to do absolutely nothing, and the Shalon Berry is going to be knocked off. So I don't really know what that Shalon Berry was for, but I guess Excadrill is going to go and take a Drain Punch. Not well, but it, you know, it's doing what it can out here. Earthquake is going to do so much to that Vaporeon. TJ is just going to be forced to sack off his Vaporeon. It was either sack off that or sack off Gorgeist. It was really something was going to die. This is a Jolly Komodo. Otherwise, Excadrill would have outsped. It's an Adamant Excadrill. So really unfortunate stuff there, because otherwise I win the game. Feels 150% bad, man. But Slurpuff is going to go for the Wish, and out comes the Scrafty just to try and take the Wish. And this thing is going to go for a Drain Punch. Scrafty lives thanks to that Intimidate, and it's going to get healed up a little bit just because of the Wish. And then Drain Punch is going to do 16%. And Scrafty is just able to go for a knockoff, just trying to damage this thing as much as I can for a Slurpuff sweep. Drain Punch is going to do 16%. Knockoff is going to do 17%. This is when the game gets really crazy. So Scrafty is then going to die. This Garbodor is going to be sitting at 52%. Out comes the Slurpuff. Now Slurpuff is going to go for the Wish. The Gunk Shot is going to activate the Kabia Berry, which is going to make this thing have Unburden, and then it's going to go for the Protect. So now this Slurpuff is faster than everything, and it's going to just Wish up. Gunk Shot is going to miss, and Dazzling Gleam is going to start hitting hard. So TJ is going to go sack off his Gourgeist, which dies to the Dazzling Gleam, and then he's going to go out. He's going to go into his Komodo, and he's going to try and get another roll of Toxic onto this thing. Dazzling Gleam has got to hit 2 more times. He's just got to miss Gunk Shot once, and I win. Drain Punch does that much. Drain Punch gets him up. It is a roll at this point whether Dazzling Gleam is going to kill, but I went for the Wish and through. I went for the Wish and through. So, yeah, that is going to be the game 2-0 for the Slurbohemians. If I was Jolly Excadrill, I win the game. If I had clicked Dazzling Gleam and got the roll, I win the game. What are you going to do? So the number 4 Slurbohemians are going to defeat the number 5 Portland Timbers and are going to move on to play the number 1 seed Kling Kling United. So for the first consolation match we have the Houston Hoopas taking on the Denver Numbers in a quite interesting turn of events. We have AZ losing to Demaster, the number 7 seed losing to the number 14 seed. And in regular season, this was a game that Demaster arguably should have won regardless. So to see him win this is kind of justified. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it. So we got Mienshao taking on this Whirlipede. Gonna go for the U-turn as Whirlipede does kind of threaten it. It's gonna go for the spikes, get a speed boost. You know what? You know, why not? And then it's going to die to the Heatran eventually. But it did get its spikes up, so that's pretty much what Demaster was going for. This Latios, or Mega Latios, is going to set up a Dragon Dance, going to set up another Dragon Dance, doesn't care. The Rotom is going to do so much damage. With the Dragon Claw, we'll be able to take out the Rotom. And then the Skuntank will be able to go for a Sucker Punch. So Demaster did not try and play shenanigans around that, he just let it go. And then Tri Attack did 38%. Poison Jab is not going to be able to do a KO. Tri Attack doesn't either. And then Crunch is going to put Demaster into that range. He's going to get a Salic Berry, but now he knows that the Sucker Punch is coming. He's just going to go out into his Articuno, which is going to be able to take this hit and can just go ahead and kill the Skuntank. So we're sitting at 4-4 right here. And Floatzel is going to be able to come out, but Articuno is an absolute monster. He's going to be able to go ahead and go for this Hurricane and just body it. Just bodied gone. And then Mienshao is going to come out. It can try and Stone Edge, which it is going to. It's going to kill the PZ. And then the Manaphy comes out. Manaphy just wants to go for a Tail Glow, try and set up and kill this Latios, or really whatever. It's going to take it down to 9%, and the Latios is not going to be able to two-shot this thing. And it was a bulky Latios anyways, so this Manaphy is going to be able to sit at 64% right now. It's going to go for the Endure, and the Mienshao is going to miss, which is honestly better for AZ. But I guess it really doesn't matter, because now the Manaphy is going to die anyways. So Alolan Marowak is going to come out. It's going to take this hit. And Shadow Bone is going to body this Mienshao, and then Heatran is going to come out. And Lava Plume is not going to do enough, and Alolan Marowak is going to destroy this thing even through the Shuca Berry. So yeah, it was a pretty hacks-free game. I mean, the miss on Mienshao literally did not mean anything at all, because the Endure didn't work anyways. So as much as AZ was saying that that was horrible hacks, that literally meant absolutely nothing towards the game. But that is going to be the game 2-0 victory for the Denver Numbers. Trying to make a run at that consolation bracket finals. I see you, Demaster. I see you. And second consolation bracket game of the day. We have the Utah Hoots taking on the Washington Whalers. A nice 6-0 from Susie, the number 8 seed, taking on the number 13 seed. And Klefki is one of the weekly heroes. Picked up 4 kills in an absolute dominant affair. Let's just go ahead and see how it turned out. So we got Smeargle taking on the Galvantula, 2 web setters. And Smeargle's just going to opt to go for the Spore. So might try and set up webs now. That is exactly what's going to happen. So pretty much just nullifying each other's webs, except for the floating users. But this Smeargle is mind blown. So interesting set. But this Klefki is going to be setting up Calm Minds, and it really doesn't care. It just doesn't care. It's going to set up an Iron Defense. Now he's going to go for a Parting Shot. That was a very interesting play. I would have Parting Shotted immediately. Because now this Klefki is just going to put in so much work, like good luck killing it. The Mega, not the Mega, but the Scizor is going to set up a Swords Dance. Goes for the Bullet Punch. I mean, it does good damage, but like HP Fire, goodbye. Get one shot. So out comes Klefki. Klefki's out here. Klefki's out here. It's just going to Draining Kiss. Boom, gone. So it's got Draining Kiss for recovery. That's probably better than Dazzling Gleam, just in the recovery aspect. But we're going to see just a Calm Mind again. You know, Earth Power, not messing around with that. You might as well get up higher. So Calm Mind is going to just bring it up and up and up and up. And this is probably the point where Susie's got to go for the Draining Kiss, but he just doesn't care. Calm Mind, go for game. But if he gets crit, it's like it's over. It's all over. But Draining Kiss. Oh my God, he's got it. No, he's not Big Root. He's Leftovers. Why does that give him so much health? Oh my God. Okay, so Susie's out here. Susie's doing the absolute most. Yep. Susie's just trying to obliterate Cam's entire team. So 45. It gets 45 back. That doesn't make any sense to me. That literally does not make any sense to me. This Skuntank, not Skuntank, but like Stunfisk have like crazy HP that I'm just not aware about. Like, I know it's good defensively, but like that's crazy, my guy. Anyways, Klefki has 4 kills at this point. We'll see when the hacks comes, because you obviously see that Klefki doesn't win the whole thing. Okay, so Calm Minds are gonna come out, and then Susie's eventually gonna say, yeah, no thanks. And then just goes into his Haxorus. I mean, you can see it on your screen. So he's gonna go out into the Haxorus now, and just says, no, I'd prefer not to lose the Rest Talk setup, and is just going to, you know, almost one-shot this thing. The Devastating Drake is gonna do quite a lot. Oh, it's not even Sleep Talk. Okay, so Outrage is just gonna kill the Meloetta, and it's ironic that Cam's last hope is a Wailord. And it's gonna be trying to do the most. I mean, Wailord is really trying here. He's just gonna get body with Outrage. That crit did not matter. It really didn't. Maybe it would have changed it from a 6-0 to a 5-0. But yeah, the number 8 seed Utah Hoots are going to defeat the number 13 seed Washington Wailords. We can talk about the consolation bracket matchups at the end, because I don't know them 100%. But anyways, the third consolation bracket game that we have for you guys today is we have the St. Louis Sablutes taking on the Phoenix Flygons. And the Jirachi is going to get 4 kills. It's going to just... Jirachi's going to do what it's going to do. Alright? Jirachi does what it does. You already know what I'm talking about. So we got Bronzong and Jirachi here. Oh. We got 2 Steel Psychics facing off against each other. 1 second. Sorry about that interruption, just something from another Discord server. But anyways, we got Bronzong, go for the Gyro Ball. Rocks are set up on Keister's side. And Umbreon is looking pretty fantastic against Malone's team. I mean, he's got the Hariyama, he's got the Togekiss, but really only Hariyama can really pressure it out. Zapdos can go for a Volt Switch. And Armaldo is going to take a knockoff here. It does 22%. The Rocky Helmet is going to be inflicted. So out comes the Bronzong. Armaldo is going to go for a Rapid Spin. And Armaldo goes for the knockoff. So now the Bronzong is just going to set the rocks back up. The Armaldo is going to get the rocks back away. Gyro Ball is going to go off from Bronzong. I imagine we see another Stealth Rock from Malone. He's pretty adamant on setting these rocks up. And Keister's just going to keep going for the rocks. And Keister's probably going to Rapid Spin here. Yeah, he does. And Hariyama is just going to go for a Bullet Punch. Good damage. And Malone is going to be up 6-5 at this point. So Bronzong is going to come out, try and take on this Jirachi. I mean, it takes one Zen Headbutt, but it's not taking another one. And Jirachi will be able to kill the Bronzong, evening it out at 5-5. So now we have Rotom going for the Volt Switch, as Entei is going to be sitting at about 2/3 of its health. And Hariyama is going to come out here trying to take this Inferno Overdrive. And due to its thick fat ability, it will be able to, and Entei is, unfortunately for Malone, going to get a Flame Charge boost off this. So Kieran Black is going to just come out and Draco Meteor, which misses, which is horribly unfortunate, but it doesn't matter because Sacred Fire comes out. So, a pretty unproductive turn, but it's going to it'll take its course of action one way or another. We're sitting at 4-4. Jirachi is going to go for the U-turn into the Mega Lopunny. And my Mega Lopunny is going to go for the Fake Out, is going to flinch the Rotom Mo, and Fire Punch is going to do 43% to this Rotom. So then we have Jirachi and Togekiss right here. Togekiss is going to go for the Nasty Plot. Out comes the Feraligatr. Feraligatr is going to get crit with Iron Head, and Umbreon is going to come out. So Kieran Black is going to maybe try and set up a sub, but no, Togekiss is just going to come out and wish. The Umbreon is going to wish into the Jirachi. Just get an absolute free swap in. Nasty Plot into the Togekiss. And the Malone is just going to try and stand. And he's going to get flinched. So, I mean, if you want to play that, if you want to be that guy, technically, not flinching with Jirachi as hacks. So, yeah, if you really want to look at it that way. Umbreon is going to go for the Foul Play, does 7%. Jirachi is going to be able to come out, and Togekiss goes for the Roost. So, Feraligatr is going to come out. I mean, it's Malone's last chance of swapping into this thing, and it's a Jirachi. You can expect nothing less. Iron Head is going to kill that thing, and Malone's going to throw out his Kieran Black. Just, hope for the best. Maybe it'll break through. Nope, flinched again. So, at this point, Malone's going to forfeit. I mean, there's really no way for him to win. He would have to get up a Nasty Plot with Togekiss, but I think Togekiss was high up, but like you have to get a Nasty Plot, and even then it's like a roll with Fire Blast. So that is going to be the game. The number 12 Phoenix Flygons are going to be able to defeat the number 9 St. Louis Swablues. And for the last match of the video, hold up, let's have mine on 36. So for the last match of the video, I'm going to skip through a tremendous amount of this video because there is a lot of this video that is just absolute mindless stall. There's good reason for it. I will point out what needs to be pointed out, but if you want to watch the entire replay, description down below. But the number 10 Amsterdam Alakazams were able to take down the number 11 PC Barcelona, or Pokemon Club Barcelona. Milan was able to beat Shadow, and yeah, let's just hop into it. So got Mamoswine and Victini leading out. Mamoswine just pull up, knock off, and Victini's going to lose the Shucca Berry. So Victini was definitely prepared to lead against Mamo. It probably would have liked to take an Earthquake better than a knockoff. But out comes the Celesteela. The Mamo is burned, so Mamo is pretty useless. And now the Celesteela is going to be able to set up a Leech Seed. Tapu Koko comes out as the Celesteela is going to go for the Z Ingrain, which is going to boost its special defense and gives it residual health every single turn. Now Leech Seed is going to be put up too, so you got Leech Seed, you have Ingrain, so Shadow has a lots of forms of recovery. He's going to set up a Iron Defense, and Aggron is going to be coming out here looking to Roar, but this is absolute genius, guys. The Roar is not going to work because of Ingrain. Due to Ingrain, Shadow is not able to be roared out, which is absolutely genius on Shadow's part. But Thunderbolt is going to crit turn 1 that it's clicked. And, since everybody in this league likes to run Rest Talk, let's just run Rest Talk again. So, pretty much we're going to hit the same points. I mean, the Celesteela doesn't have an attacking move. It's just here to wear everything down with Leech Seed. So it's pretty mindless. I mean, I'm going to skip through this pretty quickly. It's just resting and Leech Seeding. This is not a winning game for Shadow. I mean, we're going to see some progress. Out comes the Tapu Koko, so this is new. Iron Head. I mean, the special defense drop was definitely unfortunate from Mesprit's Psychic, but it was bound to happen. So Celestial is finally going to drop. It's a very, very good set on Shadow's part, and it only doesn't work if the Mesprit, or if anything is rest. But the Vileplume is going to bring in the Aggron, which brings in the Hitmontop, and then Aggron roars into the Swellow. Swellow just wants a U-turn, but that is good residual on Swellow for Milan. And Metal Burst is going to not do enough. I'm thinking he was expecting something like a Heat Wave, and this Hitmontop is just going to go for a Bulk Up. But out comes the Victini as a sack, and the Archeops just tried to go for a Pluck. Not bad, not bad. I like it. And then Mamoswine is going to come out on the Jolteon. Jolteon does go for an Agility. It might be trying to pass this, as it is trying to pass this into a Hitmontop. Sorry for the yawn. But a Hitmontop is going to take this Icicle Crash really well due to the fact that Mamo is burned and intimidated. And then he's going to go for a Bulk Up, but this Mesprit is quite legitimately the bane of Shadow's existence at this point. He just cannot break through this thing. Hitmontop is going to be weakened down to 1. It's going to go for the close combat, and it's going to die to its own recoil. So, we have Swellow coming out here. And Swellow is probably just going to go for a U-turn. Pretty free play. Archeops does literally just pressure everything, though. Jolteon is going to go for the Wish. Rock Slide kills it. I guess so. So Swellow is just going to go for the kill here. It's going to be able to get some health back due to the Wish from the Jolteon. And then a Selgor comes out, which a Selgor is probably going to just Final Gambit here, try and get a kill. Yep, that's what's going to happen. It is going to be able to claim a kill. And then out comes the Tapu Koko, which can just go for a Thunderbolt and finish up this game. So like I said, the number 10 Amsterdam Alakazam's beating the number 11 PC Barcelona. So I know I don't have a screen for this, but matchups next week. We have the number 1 seed Kling Klang United taking on the number 4 seed Slowbrohemians, and we have the number 2 seed Aussie Kangaskhan's taking on the number 6 seed Arcean Arcanines. And then for the consolation bracket, let me actually pull it up here. I know a little bit of it, but I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to spread false information, you know. We're supposed to like provide information, so it would be pretty horrible if we got that wrong, wouldn't it? So for these semifinals, we have in the consolation bracket, we have the number 14 seed Denver Nummels taking on the number 10 seed Amsterdam Alakazams, and we have the number 8 seed Utah Hoots taking on the number 12 seed Phoenix Flygons. So that is what is going on next week. Please stay tuned in and subscribe if you have not already so you know when those go live. And thank you guys all for watching. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.